Hello, everyone. My name is Jaybird. And hold on a minute. Adjusted my mic. I adjusted my mic. Welcome back to Narcissu. Without any further ado, let's get right back to, well, let's start chapter 5. Yeah, chapter 5.
地図を見るのは好きだった。
The number one route, continuing on forever. Places unknown, and I loved cars because they could take me anywhere. But no matter how much useless trivia I gained, it was all in my imagination, relentlessly chipping away at reality and at my heart. I had a swimsuit, I had maps, but I had no future. There was a world outside my window, but it was nothing that I could touch. If I closed my eyes, I could go to a world without anything in it, but it wasn't as if the real world would disappear for me. I knew all of this. My lifelong companion scars were telling me to get used to this world of closed eyes. And yet, I was still filled with what-ifs and dreamed of wild possibilities, but eventually, the yearning never progressed past yearning. The bikini swimsuit, the emerald sea. My huge scars told me that I should give up on them already.
だけど
I spent most of my life in the hospital and missed this world of closed eyes. It was so sad to only be able to choose between 7F and home. No other options given. However, it was sadder still that I couldn't think of any other places anyway. But I've lived on for 22 years like this.
一つくらい好きにさせてよ。
When I murmured those words, I felt time, which should have been standing still, begin to move again. That day, my heart, which should have been standing still, was in torment. The silver cope, whose hood I was doing so good. Oh. Gosh, darn it. The silver cope, whose hood reflected the clear blue skies of winter. Wandering around as aimlessly as ever, but at least no more worries about gas or food. Soon enough, we came across a large intersection. I hadn't obtained her approval last night, but I was still heading west regardless. The only problems were that I didn't know the roads at all, and it would be tough on our budget to take the tollways. Those were my thoughts as we drew near the large intersection. I was about to continue heading straight without a single thought when...
そこ左折
Huh?
左に曲がって
An abrupt request. Even as I wondered what was up, I turned left as she had requested onto a very wide road. What was that about?
これが1号線当分はまっすぐよ
For now? I was surprised by her sudden direction giving. We'd been together up until now, and she seemed to know just about everything. But this was the first time that she'd voluntarily given me directions. Could it be that you've decided you want to go after all? Well, you know, to the place we talked about, to Waji Island.
悪い
No, that's not what I meant at all. We were driving along without any purpose. I was floundering in search of some destination and, always enigmatic, she was ever looking into the distance. So the words that had just come out of her mouth took me completely by surprise.
期待してるわけじゃない。
What?
別に水着が欲しいわけじゃ。
Just what do you think you're saying?
なんでもないわよ。
Okay. The silver cup shimmered with sunlight underneath the clear winter sky. We'd passed through the steep slopes and sharp curves of Hakone, and now we're in a much more relatively flat area. Hey, around where are we anyway?
愛知県よ。間もなく名古屋市街に入るわ。
We were driving through the normal highways because we were on too limited a budget to use the tollways. I could never have done this alone, but thanks to her we were making good progress. Her instructions more accurate than any navigation system. I didn't know why I felt this way, but I could tell that we were on the right track.
次の交差点、22号線に入って。
Got it. I turned the steering wheel and changed lanes as I had been told to do. The scenery streaming past the window, the sights and sounds of a city that I'd never seen before, spreading to the north. And around the time when the wide open spaces around us had transitioned into urban neighborhoods. Hey, wanna stop by there? Some family restaurant at the roadside of the highway. I pointed to it as I drove and kept talking. After all we've had is convenience store food all the way up until now, right? Of course, it wasn't as if we'd been subsisting on convenience store food because we liked it. There was the fact that we had no money, and there was also the fact that we were on edge. But now we had a little money to spare. That's why I'd suggested it. After all, a family restaurant can be a nice change of pace, right? Eh?
私はコンビニでいい。
She looked down a little as she said this, as if she were staring at her clothes or something. Oh, fair enough. Speaking of which, those clothes were way too big on her. Alright then, next up, how about stopping by that place?
あっちって。
Look, over on your side, that jeans shop over there. And there stood a jeans and casual wear wholesale chain store that I'd seen other locations of on the normal highways. That kind of store isn't likely to be that expensive either. We're stopping in, alright? I'm stopping now. No reply, but no resistance either. It might well have been that it would be better for me to think of her non-replies as answers to the affirmative, or something. We went into the store. She peered curiously around the two huge floors of the place, looking into every single corner there was. She was as without words as she always had been. And she may not have looked much different from her usual. But this was a little different from the way she was when she was watching that boring TV that reflected nothing. She examined item after item of clothing and seemed to be considering the prices. And then, whenever she tried on a new outfit, she'd come running up to me and...
どう？
Oh, what do I think? I think that it looks pretty good on you.
変じゃない。
No, I don't think so. And in this fashion, she tried on outfit after outfit, coming to show it off to me every single time. She did not once smile or let any facial expression out, but it seemed to me that she was somehow happy about this. Alright, have you decided?
これにする。
Saying this, she showed me her final outfit, a pretty shirt and a short skirt. What she had selected did make her look like a middle or high school student, but she seemed to be pleased enough. Now, if memory served, she told me in the past that she was older than me. But no matter how I looked, that just didn't seem true. Such the opposite, in fact, that I couldn't help but smile. You know, maybe it would be better if that skirt were a bit longer. Oh, no. I'm not saying it doesn't look good on you at all. See, it's cold, you know? And in that kind of outfit...
別に平気よ。私我慢するから。
When she spoke these words, I saw a little bit of pink rise to her pale face, for a girl who always kept herself absolutely emotionless. Could it be that she was blushing? The first expression of emotion that I'd ever seen from her. Back on the road again. On the road again. Can't wait to get on the road again. The somewhat noisy silver cope speeding along underneath the high heavens of winter.
次ね、21号線に入って。
Got it. She was acting as the navigator as usual. In no time at all, we had entered Gifu Prefecture. But if this were as usual, she'd only be looking out the window at nothing. But now she was checking herself in the side view mirror over and over, as if well pleased. Checking herself in that mirror as if she didn't want me to catch her doing it.
何？
Nani? Well, it looks like you're pretty happy with those clothes. That's all.
別にそんなことないわよ。
With that, she stopped looking at the side view mirror. But after a little while, she started checking herself again as I watched. So there were awfully cute things about her as well. And even if was something as small as this, as normal could be, I found it very cute. Aww. Well, guys, you know what time it is. It's time to stop the video. If you guys enjoyed this episode of Narcissu, leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, share it with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't. Ring that notification bell. And remember, die safely. Bye-bye.